Okay guys, today I'm gonna talk about comics that I would like to see being adapted into television series. And these are three comics that I do not just love to read, but I also think that they would work very well as television series, animated or otherwise. And the first one you can see right here is The Amazing Spider-Girl. Now, if you haven't read the comics, you will probably think that Spider-Girl is just another marketing scheme by Marvel to get more female readers. But if you actually read the comic, you can see that whoever wrote this really put all their effort and talent into it. The comic takes place in the future and focuses on May Mayday Parker, who is the daughter of Peter Parker and Mary Jane. And she has inherited her father's spider powers and takes up the role as the new crime fighter in New York City. Now for me this feels like a very natural future world for Marvel. It does not just focus on what happened to the Parkers, but it also shows us what happened to the Osborns, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the Kravinoff family, and the Vulture, and so on. I also really like the main character. May Mayday Parker is a very strong, independent woman, but she also has insecurities. She doesn't know what to do with her life. Both her life as a crime fighter and her life as a normal teenage girl. As I said, this comic has many great characters. There is a villain calling himself Mr. Nobody that can teleport himself. The Vulture has a daughter here calling herself the Raptor. There's also a guy that is the son of Black Tarantula, which many people probably know as my favorite Marvel character. All of May Parker's classmates are also very realistic young adults. So this comic really has a very large expanded world filled with creative characters. And I would want Disney and Marvel to make an animated series out of this. Also, I wouldn't mind if they did like in the 90s Batman, where they, in addition to the characters that already existed in the comics, also created new characters. Remember that Harley Quinn and Lockup appeared in the animated series long before they came into comics. So I wouldn't mind if they created some new characters for the Amazing Spider-Girl. Also, can somebody please give Shriek her first animated appearance? That would be so awesome. Okay, the next comic is Scary Gary by Mark Buford. And it is about a vampire called Scary Gary and his devil sidekick named Leopold. And the comic pretty much revolves around their everyday life in the suburbs. The thing that makes this comic so great is the characters. Gary is a vampire and he should be doing, horrible things, but he's too lazy and too laid back for that kind of stuff. So all day, all night, he just sits on the couch and watches television. That's all he does. That's just awesome. His greatest wish in life is just not to be disturbed or have to work through the day. That's all he wants. Then Leopold is I would almost say that Leopold is the real main character of this comic. He is hilariously evil. He's so evil that he's funny. He's so evil that he has a woman screaming in agony as a cell phone signal. He is so evil that the monsters underneath his bed is scared of him. And He never loses his cool. He's always very calm, even when everything around him is in panic mode. So he is an extremely funny, very cool character. There is also this ghost that I don't really remember the name of, that is almost like Ned Flanders. He is the one that Leopold always tried to torture, but it doesn't work because this ghost is just way too nice and way too easygoing, which of course upsets Leopold. There is also a talking head in a jar called Travis that is a very upbeat sort of person that everybody hates and just likes to torture, and every time he talks they usually just go away because he is the kind of person that he wants attention, but nobody likes him, so they just go away, and he can't follow because, you know, he is just a head in a jar. He is actually in some ways similar to Klaus from American Dad. The reason why I think this would work so well as a cartoon is because I can see this going on any channel whatsoever, because the humor in this comic is such a human universal that everyone, no matter the age, can get it. You know, it's not too silly, it's not too advanced. Everyone can understand it and everyone can laugh at it. So if anyone do a faithful adaptation of this comic, I can see it go on any network. You can have it on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, or you know, if you wanna make it a little bit more mature, you can make it go on Fox. Yet I think that both kids and adults would like to see it. And the last comic I want to talk about is The Secret Six. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically that six DC villains come together to form their own group of mercenaries for hire. In some numbers they have their own projects. They try to save themselves from hell, or they have a plan to take down Batman. But in most numbers they go on mission for peoples that requires their services, such as Lex Luthor. And by going on these missions, they almost become like a big dysfunctional family. The characters are Bane, that is sort of the group's leader, Scandal Savage, that is the heart of this comic, Catman, Deadshot, Knockout, which is Scandal Savage lesbian girlfriend, and Ragdoll, that is the psychotic maniac in the group. I like Ragdoll. He is sort of like going into American Dad again. He's sort of like Rogers, because there are many times in the comic where he, for one reason or another, tries to kill him, but you know, they forgive him because they know that he's a psychotic maniac and he can't really help himself. Also, I think it's really interesting seeing these characters that before has been portrayed as, you know, serial killers and criminals, not just come together, but actually show more of a human side to them, and a warmer side, a more caring side. And I think that have helped the characters develop. Yeah, I first thought that the Secret Six could work as a cartoon, you know, like Spawn or Young Justice, but I recently saw this new Green Arrow show called Arrow, and I was really impressed. So I think that Secret 6 could work as a live action show if you get the right people to write the script and so on. And maybe you could have more comical animated shorts in between the episodes. And that was all I wanted to say. As usual, I want you to tell me what you think of these ideas, and if you have your own ideas on comics that you would like to see making into television. Comment below. Goodbye and take care.